Now, the much-awaited launch of the Exome 4 mission is scheduled to take place at noon today. After several delays, Exome 4 mission will launch and it will take place from NASA's Launch Complex 39A at the Kennedy Space Center in Florida. The time is 12:01. Shukla and other 3 astronauts posed for a photo at the launch site. His wife and the 4-year-old son were holding the Indian tricolor. The launch will use SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket and a brand new Crew Dragon capsule, marking the last of the latest Dragon that has been built by SpaceX. The astronauts will be spending close to 14 days at the International Space Station. During this time, they will be conducting about 60 scientific experiments. Mission will be commanded by Peggy Whitson, the former NASA astronaut and Exome Space Director of Human Spacecraft. We'll also have Captain Subhanshu Shukla, who will be the pilot. Poland's astronauts, along with Hungary's astronauts, will also work as mission specialists. Shukla, representing ISRO, will serve as the mission's pilot, becoming the first Indian to visit the ISS, that is the International Space Station.
हम लोग जो है उस मिशन को जो है देखने के लिए बेताब हैं और बहुत खुशी है बच्चे का जो है मिशन पूरा हो रहा। हम लोगों को बहुत अच्छा लगता है और दुआएं हैं, ईश्वर से प्रार्थना भी है कि उसका मिशन अच्छी तरह पूरा हो। इसके लिए हम सभी लोग परिवार के जितने भी सदस्य जितने हैं सब उसको आशीर्वाद देते हैं।
My colleagues Akshita and Shibu are now joining me on this broadcast. Akshita, coming to you first, Indians have shown great inclination towards space over the past many decades. And now, with Subhanshu Shukla being the pilot of the mission, India once again is all set to shine very bright in the galaxy.
That's right. Good morning, Aishwarya. Good morning, Shibu, and to all of our viewers joining us on this broadcast. We're keeping our fingers crossed that what we're going to be seeing in the next few hours is that historic moment of blast off of the AX4 mission, what we've been waiting for close to a month now, considering the endless delays. But you're right in pointing out, Aishwarya, that this is a huge moment for India. And Group Captain Subhanshu Shukla himself put it very beautifully when he said that when he takes off for space, when he blasts off, he's carrying with him the hopes and dreams of a billion Indians. And that's so true, because for every single one of us watching this moment, watching this broadcast, it truly makes you feel so proud that you're going to be seeing an Indian in space again after 4 decades, mind you. After Rakesh Sharma, Group Captain Subhanshu Shukla is headed to space. But many firsts for him. He's going to be the first Indian at the International Space Station, first Indian to spend 14 days in space, considering Rakesh Sharma spent about 7 days in space. So many firsts that we're looking forward to, and hopefully will set the stage for many more such missions that India will be a part of. Just a quick update for you. I know there are a lot of questions about whether we will see liftoff or not, considering all the delays that have happened. Look, right down to the end second, you never can say what can happen in these kind of manned missions. Obviously, SpaceX, Axiom Space and NASA will be taking all necessary precautions. But SpaceX, in the latest communication that they put, did say 90% favorable weather conditions. Now, what are the odds that 10% things go all right? You can't really say. But at 90%, I would say that it looks like we're in a comfortable situation for blast off to happen as planned at 12:01 p.m. Not a minute before, not a minute after. It will be at 12:01 p.m. that the launch will take place. We had images from earlier, which is on our screens also, from very close to the launch pad, where you had all the 4 astronauts coming out, all beaming, all smiling, looking confident, looking excited. And there you had Group Captain Subhanshu Shukla one last time meeting his family. His lovely wife dressed in a sari, his 4-year-old son were there, all waving the tricolor so proudly, making all of us feel so proud. And you saw the moment where they also clicked a selfie before they left, very symbolically, mind you, in a Tesla car. Now we understand they're suiting up for the mission. They have just about 3 hours to go for liftoff. So I'm sure they're very excited. They're feeling, ready to go. But I'm sure a tad nervous too, like all of us.
Right. Akshita and Shibu, please stay on with me. The excited mother has also spoken, Shibu. We are now seeing how the entire family, the pilot's entire family, very keenly glued to their television screens, all of them also now waiting for that liftoff to take place.
ये तो एक गौरव का क्षण है सबके लिए, हमारे लिए भी है और लोगों के लिए है जो जगह जगह पोस्टर लगा रहे हैं। सभी को खुशी हो रही है कि हमारे देश का इस त्रिवेणी नगर का एक बच्चा इतनी ऊंची उड़ान भरने जा रहा है, तो इसीलिए सब जगह जगह पोस्टर लगाए गए हैं। हमारे दरवाजे पे भी सब सजाया गया है खूब अच्छे से।
Shibu, coming to you now, apart from all the cheering that we are seeing, there's a lot of glamour also associated with astronauts and with space travel. These missions are actually very crucial for humanity as a whole, all set to unlock all those mysteries that we have in the universe. Can you please throw some light on the scientific experiments that the astronauts will be doing while they will be at the International Space Station?
Good morning, Aishwarya. This is definitely going to be one of the biggest missions when scientific expedition is concerned. So a total of 60 scientific experiments are supposed to be done on this entire mission, which is 14 days long. This is the first time that Axiom is doing such a huge package of experiments it is sending to the International Space Station. India per se is sending 7 different biological experiments to the International Space Station that will basically, once they are done, they will be fed into the Gaganyaan mission. Gaganyaan is India's primary astronaut mission that aims to send 3 astronauts to space for a 3-day period. Now, whatever Subhanshu Shukla learns during his entire mission, from boarding the Dragon spacecraft to launching into space to entering the space station, docking with the space station, and eventually splashing down 14 days later. All of this, all these learnings, all these new experiences that he will go through will eventually fed into the Gaganyaan mission. Now, mind it that Subhanshu Shukla is also an astronaut designate with India's Gaganyaan mission. So whatever goes through this entire mission, whatever he learns, whatever hands-on experiences he gets, that will all come down to India. It will benefit the Indian space program itself. Now, Subhanshu Shukla is not the only astronaut who is training with the Axiom mission for this AX4 mission. Group Captain P. Balakrishnan Nair, who is also an astronaut designate in Gaganyaan mission, is also joining him on this training. He's a backup astronaut for this entire mission. So overall, it's going to be very, very scientific, heavy. A lot of experiments are going to be done. These experiments include something, India is sending a series of crops to the International Space Station to test how they function in space.
Wow.
They will eventually, once they come down, they'll be planted and they'll be put into farming procedures as well. Apart from that, there is one experiment where Subhanshu Shukla will be studying screen time. Now, we know on Earth, we are all concerned about our screen timing as well.
Right.
In space, how does screen timing affect your cognitive skills, your physical skill, how it affects your eye vision? All that will be tested. Apart from that, there are 2 outreach events that are planned with Shukla and students from India. So a lot of students, researchers, scientists from Indian academia will be joining him on the space station. One of this outreach event will be live, another one will be recorded. We also know that there is likely to be a very, very important call with a very senior VIP. Subhanshu Shukla told us in a very cheeky message earlier in a press conference that yes, there is going to be an interaction with the VIP, which we think is going to be with Prime Minister Narendra Modi going forward. But we all look forward to this interaction and on the package of scientific experiments that are being sent today.
Thank you, Shibu. Thank you, Akshita, my colleagues joining me on this broadcast. We are now very keenly looking at that launch, which will take place, as my colleague Akshita also pointed out, not a minute later, not a minute earlier, 12:01 p.m. That's the time that has been given.